Good morning.
Good morning.
It has been a good morning.
Yeah, it has been a good morning.
So, yesterday was Valentine's Day.
The day of love.
Day of love. We did a little Galentine's.
Yeah, we had a little
Night.
Galentine's night. Just a couple of girls hanging out, chatting. We had a charcuterie board. We made some kava mocktails. We had
Yeah.
some chicken sandwiches. And we just talked the night away. Yeah, it
That
was
was
like a very
fun.
chill night.
Yeah, it was super chill, but
Yeah,
it was
super
fun.
chill.
I think like yesterday.
Yeah.
I think maybe just because I was like had a little emotional moment right before this, but like I went out to the grocery store and I was like basically dressed like a bum, and I was like, does this look sad right now?
You were like, oh, she's alone today. Yeah.
I was like, thank you, because after I got there, I saw 3 other girls who basically looked the same as me. Like, thank you for being here. I felt really grateful.
Oh, you felt connected to them.
Yeah, I did. And
What were they
They
buying?
also
Wine?
They could have had dates tonight. Like that doesn't mean anything at all. But like, I just needed that in that moment.
Yeah.
So it was really nice.
Honestly, I had to work yesterday, so I was like literally just at home on my computer all day. I didn't even really remember it was Valentine's Day.
Well, yeah, I honestly didn't think that much about it until right before I left. But when I got to Whole Foods, they like in the Whole Foods near my house, usually there's like some tables out front and stuff where people can eat if they got food or whatever. But they like took all of those away, and it was this huge like flower wrapping station.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. What? This is like, God, it seems kind of extreme. Or like,
it's always the grocery stores that just have like so many people there just getting flowers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny. But it was fun. Last night was fun. And our kava drinks were really good.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
Thank you. I basically didn't do anything that I set out to do with those mocktails. I basically just added the kava powder to flavored sparkling water.
Oh, really? You just put it in that?
Yeah.
It tasted great to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I still haven't even had any like I mean, I haven't made any drinks by myself, like, because we bought those pouches of kava. I still haven't made any, but you told me, that it was really distasteful on its own.
But with that San Pellegrino, whatever it's called,
I think it was good. If the drink, if it's just not plain water, then maybe that you like it better.
I think I like it to have flavor.
You want a little something extra.
Yeah. And for those of you guys that don't know, kava is a root drink that is
it's like a root that's ground up and you put it in a drink.
Yeah, and it's in the same family of a Szechuan peppercorn. So it makes like your mouth all tingly.
I like the tingles.
Yeah, I like the tingles too, because it feels like, ooh, something's happening here.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel, I felt like
makes you feel something.
Yeah. And it was a perfect day to be feeling something. Yeah, it was like, it makes you, for me, it gives me this kind of like high feeling. It's like light, little high, tingly feeling.
Yeah.
Did it make you feel anything last night?
I mean, my tongue tingled, but I don't feel like I got like.
You didn't get the socialization feature
benefit. I mean, I felt social, not,
Yeah, but
fine.
She literally,
totally fine, but.
The owner, Kavahana, talks about how like she cannot be in social settings without having kava. Yeah, because she has really bad social anxiety.
Done your research?
I know everything about the background. I know what type of people they hire. I know the hiring process. I know Yeah. Their supplier. Yeah, because she came up so many times like on my TikTok.
Oh,
I
really?
honestly just I love the mission, I love the product, I love the
Yeah.
packaging. I really need an affiliate link.
We love you.
We love you, Kapahana.
Yeah, we actually do, but
Yeah, we do. They have a bar. They have a kava bar in Santa Monica that we've gone to a couple times now, and we just love the concept too because it's all basically like mocktails. So their claims of this kava is that it'll give you kind of like a similar social effect to drinking, but obviously it's non-alcoholic. And I don't drink. I've been sober for a bit now, so it's like cool,
Mhm.
going to a bar.
Yeah. Yeah, it
And they
is.
hire the people that they hire there are like I told Shadi, I was like, I feel like she tells them flirt with the guests. Like, I think they're actually just friendly,
Yeah, I think they're
but
actually just like friendly, nice people.
they're just like kind people. But I'm just like, oh, they're just a little flirty. But they're also like cute, so
They're
I think that she
cute.
hires cute people too. Which I love though.
Well, you know what it is? They have good energy. That's why we
Yeah.
think that they're cute and even flirty because they have good energy. And that is probably why she hires them because she likes their energy and it
Yeah.
matches hers and the vibe that she's going for.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that she's like yeah. Obviously I really like her. Even
Yeah.
watching her videos, I feel like, yeah, it's just a high vibe. Just
Yeah,
creating a
exactly.
high vibe community for sure.
Yeah.
So we've been there a couple of times. They also have board games and all that stuff.
Yeah, which that's fun.
Yeah, that's like fun. Just like little games
Yeah,
and
little games to
such.
play, like a little
Yeah.
hangout with the friends.
Yeah, so it's basically like what we did last night. We should have played a board game or
Yeah, that would have
something.
been
But we
fun.
just like
We just
talked. I
chatted.
filled Shoddy in also on like my past life.
Yeah, I got some insight because your friend who we were hanging out with, Ash, like you've
Yeah.
known her for a while and you guys used to work together, so you guys gave me the lowdown on everything that happened before I came into the picture.
I know.
Which was cool. It was fun. It was
We were
fun.
throwing names at you too. I don't even know if
Yeah.
you followed all those names.
I think by the end of the night I was kind of with it.
I'm surprised we didn't give you like a slideshow. Okay, this is this person.
Yeah, but I am missing the faces.
Yeah.
But like I think I'm kind of got
You got the
some of the
gist.
names. Yeah. I
Yeah.
got what was going on.
Yeah, you know that Ash wants to be on our podcast.
Oh, she does?
Shout out, Ash.
Yeah.
She's been listening.
She has. That's so sweet.
Yeah, she
That
wants to
would
be on our
fun.
podcast. And I was like, okay, what is your area of expertise? Your area of expertise, because our other friend that we met, I told her, I was like, I want to be on your podcast. And she was like, oh my God, yeah, like let me slot you in. Like what topic, what would you talk about? Like what would be your area of expertise? And I was like,
But this is a good question, I guess.
What?
That's a good question.
Yeah, no, exactly.
To kind of get an idea of what this episode is going to be like.
Yeah, because her format is interviewing.
Yeah, hers is more like an
experts,
interview.
basically. Yeah. And
ours is a little more chatty.
Yeah, we're just
For now.
For now. Can always change. But yeah, and I was like, oh, area of expertise. Good question.
My own personal journey.
Yeah. Me, myself.
Me.
Yeah. So then I was like, that's actually a really great question. Like, let me ask Ash, like, what's your area of expertise? I forget what she said. Oh, yeah, she said manifestation. She was like, I feel like I'm really good at manifestation and honing in on that and like talking about that. So like, okay. We actually have a few people that have asked to be on the podcast. So
there's a wait list.
Maybe that'll be
there's
season
a wait
2.
List. Season 2, I think
that'll
so.
be
Maybe we'll be
season
ready
2.
for season 2. That's a good idea.
Yeah. And basically everyone that I said, no, you might have to wait.
Yeah, you
until
have
we're
to
ready.
wait just a little bit.
Like season 2, basically.
We just wanted to hit our groove first.
Yeah. They were like, well, you can practice on me. And I thought that was so nice.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, people are so kind, so willing to help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so anyways, after that, after we had a
Yeah,
sleepover
we
and we were
did.
chatting in bed for
Yeah,
a
we
little bit
chatted
because
for
we
a
both
while.
had more energy once
As
we
soon
got
as
in
we hit the
bed. Yeah,
mattress,
since
that's
we
when the energy turned up.
I told Shadi, I was like, yeah, all of the blood like finally went back to our head. And we were like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that was fun. It
Yeah,
was
that was so
fun.
fun. That was so fun. And then yeah, Shadi was like chatting up a storm and I was like I was literally like I was telling her earlier that when yeah, you're in middle school, high school, you have a sleepover and you're just like so excited to be like with your friends, but you're just like on the verge, like teetering on the verge of just passing out, but you want to stay awake.
Yeah.
That's how I was. I was literally like about to pass out. And then you said something else. And then I was like, oh, and just
You woke back up.
yeah. And then I was like back in the game, like ready to talk. But we went to sleep pretty late. We went to sleep at like
Yeah,
midnight,
which is late.
which is late. I definitely know it's late for you. I've been trying
Yeah.
to go to sleep earlier so you can wake up earlier, but I'm still working on that.
Yeah. 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 I mean, midnight is late for me, but I also
But it was
vary
worth it.
somewhat. Yeah, it was worth it. It was totally.
And then we woke
I'm like
up.
not so strict about like my routines and stuff because sometimes I want to have fun and chat and have a sleepover.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Like you
and
can't
like I
be.
can pass my bedtime for fun sometimes.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And then we woke up and I was a little bloated. No, we woke up and then we went down to the beach and we did a walking meditation.
Yeah, we did changing boxes. The changing boxes, I can't remember which one that is, but the Dr. Joe meditation.
Where it's guided and he's basically leading you into
A new
a new
reality.
box.
Yeah, a new
Yeah,
box.
a new
Yeah.
reality. So how was that for you?
It was really good because, well, first of all, I want to say it was like maybe a week or two ago, I was listening to this podcast and I can't remember what podcast it was on, but the guest was this woman named Kathy Heller, and she said something along the lines of like, I am walking. Okay, I'm gonna mess it up, but like,
Wouldn't know
yeah, I
otherwise.
know. Yeah, I know it doesn't matter, but like, she said something about like, I am walking so in love with life, like walking through this world so in love with life, knowing that I am a portal for the divine blessing, and with that knowing, I bless everything in my path or something to that effect. And I just like, well, first of all, when I heard it, it really struck with me. And I was like, I love that.
Mm.
Yes. And
Mhm.
then today in my meditation, it came up in my mind. And I was just like, because we were doing a walking meditation. So for part of it, your eyes are open and you're walking
Yeah,
around
so you're
and
not
stuff.
slamming into people.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so as I was walking, I was just like, I just felt like so abundant in every way, like that I had
Mhm.
so much energy, so much love to give, so much everything to give, that I was just like, I'm blessing everything in my path right now. And like I try, in those walking meditations not to like focus in on everything I'm seeing, like, oh, there's a person there, like, so I'm trying to be really vague, but I do see shapes around me, and I'm like, every time I would see a shape or some, whatever, I was like,
Mhm.
sending love to you and blessing you. So like everything that I was passing by, I was just like loving and blessing. And it just felt good. Yeah, it felt really good. And then well, also in the meditations, or in that specific meditation, Dr. Joe says, in this new reality, it will look the same, but some things will be different that you'll be able to kind of tell.
Mhm.
And then we finished our meditation. We were sitting together talking on the beach, and
Mhm.
we saw
Dolphins!
dolphins. They were our literal message.
Yeah.
They were our sign, and they were just like jumping through the water, and we were like,
Literally, like,
yeah,
jumping over the freaking I saw the
yeah.
whole body. I was like, "Oh
I know.
my god, this is so magical."
It was magical, and we were like, this is our new reality. And we just, we're having fun.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool, really cool.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them on a hot sec, so that felt even more special.
It was really special. It felt extra special today.
Yeah. Just like
Yeah.
a little extra sprinkle of special.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I
Yeah,
love
how
that.
was your meditation?
It was really good. I think we talked about how we literally felt like it was like very calm, like
Oh
in
yeah,
a,
yeah, it did. It
like I felt
did.
like once we came out of it, that I felt like I was waking up from like a nap,
Yeah.
which is cool in that sense because it's like that you were in a very relaxed state, which is the
Mhm.
whole purpose.
Yeah.
Or which is part of the purpose. And but yeah, changing boxes. Actually, I was reflecting on the dream that I had last night because before we went to bed, we talked about or I don't know, you said something that prompted me to
Yeah.
ask
I
my
just
higher mind. What'd you say?
I can't remember exactly what I said, but I just said something about like us remembering our dreams, and we'll talk about it tomorrow or
Okay.
something like that.
So yeah, that prompted me to basically just ask my higher mind, like, okay, give me a dream. And so in my dream, I was making out with someone. But I was telling Shadi, it wasn't someone that I really knew. Like I think it was maybe like a morphed someone that
Mhm.
I kind of knew. Anyways, I got more insight into it when I was in the meditation because I guess like my intention for the changing boxes was like step into a version of myself that's at peace and is fully like present, you know?
Mm.
And so I was the dream came up, right? Like the dream came up again in my meditation. And I realized that this like character that I was like, like I don't know, starting a relationship with or like making out with, and my family like came in and they're like so excited, like yeah. Again, it had nothing to do with the person. It just was like to me felt very symbolic.
Yeah.
But I realized that this representation of this person was like someone who was very like fun and like
Mm.
outspoken and just doesn't care what people like think about them. Or maybe they do, but they just like say whatever is like on their mind and are just like super authentic. Authentic.
Yeah.
Okay, let me boil it down to that. Super like authentic to who they are as a person and like low-key kind of like controversial, I think, probably to other people. But because they're consistently
Yeah.
controversial, it's just like, oh, that's just who they are. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so the meditation, I was kind of like, um, there's two parts to it actually. But in the meditation, it was kind of like this remembrance for me that who, you are attracted to or who like in, romantic relationships, the characteristics that you're attracted to are just like expressions of yourself, like things that are like
Oh,
waiting to
yeah.
kind of the things that you yourself is waiting to express. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that person to me, I was like, okay, why did I like them? Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, okay, because they're fun, they're joyful, they're authentic, they're like, they just have fun with life. They
Mhm.
have fun with life, you know?
Yeah.
And so the meditation that came up, that was confirmation for me. That was like, oh, that's something that is me. Like I can express that and that's
Mhm.
waiting for me to express basically. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like an invitation for me to be like, actually, you can be this, you know?
Yeah.
And so that was really cool because I was like, yeah, I came to this meditation being like, oh, well, I want to be at peace. I want to be fully present. And a part of that living like a happy life for me is like just having fun
Yeah.
and literally just being joyful. And like we talked about this before, like literally just being like flirty with life.
Yeah.
And you know what? I just realized that was double confirmed. One with the dolphin, but also the fact that when we walked after to get lunch, everyone was like, "Oh my god, we love your dog. What kind of dog?" Like everyone was like
Yeah.
wanting to talk with us. The
Yeah.
first time that I brought out Milo, no one said anything, right? Did they?
Yeah. I don't think
I don't know.
so.
I
I
just
don't
feel
I
like
don't think
this
so.
time
Yeah, today it
around,
was different for sure, for sure.
to me, it felt like the energy was like different, and it wasn't because I was looking for it. Because again, I'm just piecing that together.
Yeah.
But when we're walking to lunch, I don't know, people were just like really friendly with
Yeah,
us.
they were. And actually, like, as you were talking about like having fun and stuff, I was remembering because literally last weekend we were like our new motto, which I can't remember specifically what it was, but
Yeah.
it was something along the lines of like, we're just having fun, or
Yeah.
we just want to have
That's
fun.
so
And I was
true.
like, it's getting repeated. We need to remember that we're just here to have fun and enjoy this experience and see what happens.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And that's why I think this figure came up in the dream to be
Mm-hmm.
like everything that you like in me is within you that you
Yeah.
can express on your own, like you don't need me
Yeah.
to do that. And I think
Yeah.
that's probably why my family was like, "Yay,
Yeah.
yes, she finally got it." You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Had nothing to do with me being in a relationship. But yeah, so that was just fun. That was fun. And it was just like a reminder, like you said, to just
Mm-hmm.
like have more
Yeah,
fun
just have more
and
fun. And we're like in this lighthearted, fun energy. And I think that
mm,
that's what other people pick up on, like when we're out on walks and, they want to interact with that energy.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
And that's where we're like, oh my God, everyone's like being so friendly. Like, what's going on? Is this
Yeah.
just because the city? Is this the city or is this us? I'm like, oh wait, no, it's us. It's definitely us. Yeah. So in line with what we're saying, like we're attracting the reality that we're putting out, right? Because
Yeah.
like your outward reality is a reflection of your inward. And we talked about this on another podcast too, about how like when you're operating off of like, high vibe or whatever, that either people meet you or like you just fall away or they just
Yeah.
fall away. And at like the Joe Dispenza retreats that we've been to, we have like these coherence healings.
Yeah.
And the coherence healings are basically like you have healers around, like sitting around the healy in the center, and the whole intention of it is like to have the healers elevate themselves to such a high like vibrational state that the healy has the potential to match that, and like you help them elevate their energy to like a healed state.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually there was like a group that well, actually I joined it because of you. I think that you
Oh,
yeah, like because I want to say someone that you knew was being well, I should
a
go backwards a
healy.
little bit. So
Okay.
there's a lot of groups. Like we do that at the events, at the Joe Dispenza events. He has this like process happening, but he also like it works distance wise. Like even actually at
Hmm.
when I went to the event, the first Healy that I was in a group for wasn't physically there. We
Yeah.
had a
I
picture
had that
of
too.
someone who was in a different location that we were sending love and healing
Remote.
energy. Yeah, remote. So like, and that's something that he does. Like Joe Dispenza has a lot of groups that do distance healings. So, I think there's different formats for it, but
You can be anywhere in the world
Yeah, you can
and
be anywhere
you're
in the world. The group doesn't have
focusing.
to be together. Like even the healers can be in different places. The person getting healed can be in a totally different place, and they don't even need to be present in the group, you know.
Yeah.
There's like
Yeah, they don't even need to be
yeah,
online. Like
yeah.
it's not like a
Yeah, yeah.
a Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. But it's honestly pretty cool. And even if you think that might sound a little bit weird or whatever, it's just like the same thing as praying for someone or like
True.
sending them love when you know that someone you know is like hurting or sick or whatever. You send them loving energy. And that's the same thing that we're doing. We're just like really intentional about it and doing it in a group setting and you know.
Yeah.
But a while back, I think that someone you knew was getting healed and you invited me into this remote group to attend that specific healing. But then I did
Yeah.
after that one, I think pretty soon after I did one other one. And then honestly, I forgot about it for a really long
Yeah.
time. And then this week, I was just like, I'm gonna wait. I there's that group. Like I want to do one of those healings.
Really? That's so
Yeah, it
cool.
just was so random, but like I was like I don't know, I just remembered it.
Hmm.
So I did the two that this particular group did this week. And it just feels good. Like it
Yeah.
just feels good because you're just um focusing like heart focus energy for a certain period of time and sending love and healing energy to other people and creating that within yourself, it feels good. It
Yeah.
feels
Like,
good.
where's the downside?
Yeah, exactly. So it was really nice.
Yeah. So did you guys do kind of like a meditation to begin with and
Yeah,
then
we did a little meditation to begin with, and then a little section for each of the Heelys. There was two Heelys, and then, um, yeah, but it's just cool because changing your own energy has
Mhm.
like a universal effect,
Yeah.
and not just when you're specifically sending it to another person or trying to do something specific for another person, but like literally, even if you're not doing any of these healing things, just changing your own energy, it changes the collective,
Yeah.
period. Like, which is just cool.
It's so cool. I think entering into those healing sessions, basically, there's nothing really that would not be beneficial to like the collective as a whole because everything that you do to try to help other people, you are also like benefiting from because you're a part of the collective, you know? So
Yeah.
just by making the effort, the intention to raise your own vibration to help someone else, even if that doesn't materially manifest, like in the physical for them or it doesn't happen the way that you wanted to or expected to or the group expects it to, you still have put in that effort to raise your own vibration. So
Yeah.
you're helping yourself, you could be helping the people around you. Like it really is just like a ripple effect that
Yeah.
we may not see like immediately off the bat, but there's really just like no downside.
There's no downside. And,
Yeah.
there's like that. I don't know if it's a saying, but it's just like a truth, I guess. But like giving is receiving.
Yeah.
And you can feel that when you do something nice or like truly caring, like from your heart for someone else, like you receive a gift from that as well as them, like it feels
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
to do.
it feels good. And
And it's really, I mean, we don't, in these cases, like, we don't even know what the person is struggling with. You don't need to
yeah.
know what the person is struggling with. And, like, usually, I mean, at the retreats, it's a little bit different because if you're working on someone, they can get up and be like, oh my God, I felt this, whatever, and that was amazing. But, like,
Yeah.
in the distance healing cases, like, you don't know. You don't know if they felt something or whatever, but
Mhm.
like it doesn't really matter.
Mhm.
Like you were still sent that person love and you still created or like got in touch with the feelings and the energy of love in your space.
Yeah, there's like a million things that actually are running through my mind that I don't even know what to start with first. So, and now right as I said that, they're just all gonna
They all
leave.
disappear
They all just
in one
disappear.
instant.
Um, but that was something that was reminded to me recently of like when you're in a space where like you feel like you're not excited about something or you're overthinking, like do something for someone else,
Yeah.
just to like it is almost like this kind of universal thing that works.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
if you can't do something for yourself, do it for someone else. And that's I think what we're also talking about is why it's like never going to be a bad thing because even if you're trying to help someone else, you end up helping yourself anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like literally a win-win.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really cool that yeah, that you did that. I have a good story about this. So, I don't remember if I told you this too, which makes it extra juicy. So, in alignment with the coherence healings, I sometimes I just like to practice on people and see
Yeah.
I don't know, like yeah. Um, I just like to practice on people every now and then. So if you get a burst of energy, just know it might be from me. Just kidding. But so I was talking to someone, the YouTuber,
Oh yeah.
as much
Uh-huh.
as I could say on here. Um, and when we were talking, like I knew that he was going through like a lot of anxiety and that I think like part of that was manifesting physically in his body.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure the specifics. I can't remember if he didn't tell me or I don't remember. But um so there was a point before I was going to sleep where I wanted to do like a meditation. And I was like, you know what? Let me do like a little coherence healing on him.
Yeah.
Because I'm crazy. But also I wanted to do that because I just like sometimes like you really do feel like so helpless when someone that you really care about is like
Yeah.
struggling.
Yeah, it feels good to do
It
something.
feels good to do something, like to channel that energy into literally just doing something, even if
Mm-hmm.
you think like it's not doing anything or like this
Yeah.
is, crazy. I literally was just like, I really feel like this is his journey to kind of figure out. So there's only so much that I can say, and I
Mm-hmm.
can't do anything for him because we all have journeys of challenges that we need to figure out.
Yeah.
But I really was like, I'm going to try to do like a coherence healing just so I can feel like I'm doing something, to like help him. And did I tell you this?
No.
Okay. Exciting. So I was just like in bed and I literally like took 20 minutes to just elevate my energy and then like channel that into him. I don't even really know what I was doing, like
Yeah.
it's not like I had this like check off list
Yeah.
of like, okay, now I was literally just like elevating myself and like trying, setting the intention to channel him like that healing energy. And I didn't tell him. I like did
Yeah.
not tell him anything. And after like, yes, I did that for maybe like 20 minutes. And um there was actually a point where like I was visualizing like his like this like kind of like silhouette, like almost like a blueprint of
Yeah.
his body and was like picking stuff out. Okay, this is crazy, guys. I'm not
Whoa.
like I've never done like a class. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah.
I was literally just like kind of playing around in a way. Like that
Yeah.
sounds bad, but I kind of was. And I was like, kind of like imagining like I was kind of visualizing that there was like this gravel. It was like this gravel that was kind of like stuck in his like
Yeah.
side on his like his left side. And I literally was just like sending the energy to like soften it and like pick it out and pick it out, pick it out. Okay. So again, I didn't say anything to him, okay? Because I didn't even know if he could handle that. Like, he'd be like, what the fuck? But I didn't say anything to him. And we were kind of like texting, but I didn't hear from him, so I didn't know like what he's doing. Anyways, he texts me literally not even 5 minutes later. 5 minutes later, and he literally texts me and he goes, "Oh my God, I just had this huge burst of creative energy. I'm literally so excited. Like, I just feel amazing right now. Like, this is crazy." And I was literally like,
Oh my God, you're powerful.
I was like, oh my God. And then he was like gonna call me later. And so and I was like, I can't wait to tell him. And so he like calls me shortly after, and I was like, so what was the energy that you were feeling? I'm still not giving it away because I want to know, like, did I do this? But and so he was like, yeah, I've just been feeling, and then he like actually revealed to me like more stuff that I didn't even know, that he was like, oh, I've been trying to do this. I've been trying to work on this video and whatever. I haven't been feeling a lot of like creative energy, and I just feel like very stuck, and that there's like, yeah, just like stuck energy and whatever. And he's like, all of a sudden, I literally started feeling just like this like wave of just like energy over me, and then like I ended up finishing like what I had started, and like all this creative energy just kept like flowing. And then I was like, okay, cool. So like that wasn't in my head. Like that wasn't in my head. So then I told him, I was like, oh, that's really cool, because it kind of like validates for me that I was doing this like energy healing basically on you. And I was like imagining like removing like the stuck energy from you, and I was trying to send you like love, and I was literally doing that for like 20 minutes. And he was like, wait, what? And he was like, are you serious, or like are you kidding?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, like I'm dead serious. And he was like, oh my God, like that shit worked.
Oh my God,
and I was
like, yes.
And it was so exciting. It was so exciting.
That's amazing.
And when you think about like the conversation that we had, like it literally benefited him and it benefited me.
Yeah,
because I felt like
just like how
amazing.
excited you were after, even
Literally.
though, like when he texted you and just getting that confirmation after, like just it felt good in the process of it, doing it, it felt good. And then after, you got this huge excitement that it's like, wow, I felt that too.
Yeah, like I probably got more out of it,
Yeah,
honestly.
maybe. No, it seemed like he actually got a lot out of it.
Yeah, no, I feel like
Yeah.
he did. And so that made me feel great, because I was like you said, I was like, what can I do for this person? And then something actually like, yeah, materialized, I guess. So that was really cool.
Yeah,
So
that
this
was
shit
cool.
works.
That was cool.
Like
It
it
works.
works.
It
It definitely
literally works. And honestly, like Joe has so many like cool testimonials like
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah, that
just
are
like
10 times.
no,
more
that was I
extreme.
loved that story. But
Yeah.
like he has some like really amazing transformation stories of like
I
what has
know.
happened in these coherence healings. But it's just cool. It's really cool.
It's really cool. And a lot of them also like are on YouTube too.
Yeah.
So if you guys are interested in watching those, I think that they're just called like, I think that he has a playlist or something that
Yeah,
is
I
like
think so.
healing testimonials and stuff, where people go to his retreats and they've been selected to be a healee, and then have all these other people act as the healers and have like these like spontaneous healings happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that also like when you tell people that initially about these retreats, there's like kind of like this skepticism of like, okay, like that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But when you like actually, when you're in it, you actually understand it. You understand how energy works.
Mhm.
And you just basically you understand it.
You understand it.
You
And
realize
honestly,
that it's
yeah.
actually, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it
makes
does.
perfect
And you
sense.
can think about it in a weird way. You can.
Yeah.
But like you can also just think this is cool.
Yeah, you can also just
This is
surrender
cool.
to the
And also
the
like
loving
I
energy.
mean, honestly, for the people who I think like whatever, if you're skeptical or think it's weird, whatever, like in my mind, it's the same thing as just like like having positive intentions for someone, praying for
Yeah,
someone.
praying. Yeah,
It's
praying
the
for
same
someone.
kind of idea. Um, yeah, like
No, exactly. No, yeah, there's nothing else to say. I
yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I agree 100%.
But I
Because
know,
what do you think? But I think that's why it's like, do a lot of people understand prayer? Because I
yeah,
didn't. I say that because I didn't understand prayer. I didn't
yeah.
really understand the
Yeah,
intention.
I
Like,
didn't
what am I doing?
either.
I'm just
Yeah, I didn't
talking to
either.
myself. Like, you know what I mean?
Because well, we both like grew up in like Catholic families, and
Yeah.
I think, well, I wouldn't even say this is necessarily something about like the Catholic Church. It's just like a lot of times when you grow up in a family that follows a certain religion, you're just told like to do this, this, and this, and you don't
Yeah.
really know, you don't actually know anything behind it. You're just like, oh, okay, I'm supposed to be like saying stuff right now in my head, talking to God. Like,
Yeah.
you don't really know what you're doing or why you're doing it or anything like that. So
Yeah.
so it doesn't have that much meaning.
Exactly. It becomes just a part of like a routine, or it just becomes part of like what everyone else has done. So
Yeah.
you're just
You're
doing
just
it.
like, okay, I guess I'll do
Yeah,
this.
you're like, okay, I guess people say this works, so
Yeah.
I'll do it. But then when you actually understand like the purpose behind it and the intention and how like energy works and how it moves, then it becomes like really fun. Like, it
Yeah.
actually becomes fun. Like, prayer is that is just another word for it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
another name for it that's a little bit more palpable right now,
Yeah.
but or like accepted right now. But once you kind of like understand, yeah, the mechanics of energy, then it becomes real freaking cool.
Yeah.
Then it becomes like magical.
Yeah. So energy is powerful.
Bottom line,
Bottom line.
energy is freaking powerful.
And it's fun to
and
play with.
and it's fun to play with. When you raise your energy, you are actively raising the vibration of the collective and helping other people um at the same time, so there's really no downside.
Yeah. Play around, see what
Play
happens.
around, see what happens, comment below
Let us
your
know. Let us
let
know
us
what
know.
happened.
Let us know what happens. Let us know if you've had any experiences of, spontaneous healing, or just
Anything
energy
cool.
work in general.
Yeah.
Anything
Oh,
cool.
yeah. Energy work. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be cool. Cool to see, listen to your stories.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks for listening to another episode of Clueless to Conscious. See you
Bye.
later.
See ya.
Bye.